occasion of Guru Purnima on July 5th, 2020, offer the Guru Padaka Puja at the lotus feet of Bhagavan himself. The global Akhanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna is in its 48th day. On May 13th, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam started this movement to give the world a super conscious breakthrough and heal the world from COVID-19. Since then, people from over 50 countries continuously sit and radiate the space of Paramashiva by participating in the process of unclutching, sitting in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 728 people sessions from 13 zones around the world from 50 countries have contributed to 42,300 minutes for peace so far as part of this initiative. Every zone starts with chanting the Mahavakya initiated by Swamiji for 1 hour, and then chanting the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita for 1 hour, and then sitting in the process of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unclutching. At any given time, there are at least 4 to 8 zones actively unclutching around the world. Free introductory meditation classes are available and no prior experience is necessary. The often asked question of how to unclutch or what is the technique to be in a space of unclutched, being unclutched, is now cleared as the technique is being explained in one sentence by His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam. Here, Swamiji beautifully explains the unclutching technique in just one sentence.
Nothing can be compared to the unclutching. Nothing can be compared to the unclutching. I'll just put the whole unclutching in one line. Listen. Decide not to engage or continue, create, maintain, fight, destroy, play with any thinking process in you. That's it. Do not create, sustain, maintain, fight with, try to destroy, anyway engage. Do not do anything with your internal thought process. Just unclutch. And I tell you, it will develop such powerful will persistence in you. Such powerful will persistence. Extremely powerful will persistence in you. Nothing can be compared to the unclutching process. In the initial level, you may be a little deluded here, there. In few seconds, you will see you are not thinking process. You are beyond your thinking process. You will sit with yourself in a very matured way, highly matured way. Sit with yourself with highest maturity. That is pure unclutching. Pure unclutching. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Unclutch. Decide to unclutch. Disengage, unclutch from all thought process. Creating, maintaining, destroying, fighting, engaging, all thought process. Unclutch from all thought process. Just sit, be unclutched.
Log on to kailasa.tv/minutes for peace and join the Minutes for Peace movement. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, revealed sacred secrets from Paramashiva in his last session with participants of the Paramashivoham event. Today, the sharing from Paramashiva himself, the truths expressed by Paramashiva himself. Swamiji shared what all will bring success during this great past happening for this universe. Just like how last 2 years I went through the great past, the great reset, the whole universe is going through the great past and reset. First, extreme unclutching will bring so much benefit to you emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, and rationally. If you work for a healthy body, you will be successful because the whole universe is resetting itself. The great past is happening. Even one small, simple idea will suddenly become power in you, powers in you. Simple practice will bring so much benefit because the whole flow, the world is getting reset. Spend more and more time building new relationships, building more and more spiritual relationships, spiritual practice, more completion, more unclutching, more yoga. Yoga in normal days, what benefit it will give you? Now you will get 10 times more benefit because the whole universe is supporting you. The Mano Mauna, Mana Unmana, you can practice. This is the best time to practice Kaya Kalpa, Mantra Siddhi, Yoga, and Jnana Siddhi. Unclutching is Jnana Siddhi. The Kundalini Shakti awakening will infuse so much bliss, ecstasy in you. And here is how last few years Swamiji made all his disciples take Haritaki. Now IIT Delhi is proving that Haritaki proves to be therapeutic option against SARS-CoV-2. If you are Swamiji's disciple and taking Haritaki, Swamiji said, be assured you are safe. In the middle of ongoing global researches to find a therapeutic option against COVID-19, a team of researchers at IIT Delhi's Kusuma School of Biological Sciences, KSBS, has claimed that aqueous extracts from tea and haritaki have potential to act against coronavirus infection. The IT Delhi statement says there have been worldwide efforts for developing cost-effective therapeutic options which can curb the severity of the viral disease in humans with minimal toxicity. In this context, the medicinal plants may provide a way to treat the disease by targeting specific essential protein of the virus. The team of researchers led by Professor Ashok Kumar Patel screened 51 medicinal plants and emerged out of that is an interesting premise for the development of drugs targeting the virus. The team came to the conclusion that this protein, the targeting of this protein would halt the replication of the virus. The experimental findings showed that tea and haritaki have potential antiviral activity via in vitro inhibition of the proteolytic activity of the main protease of the virus. This, over the last few years, Swamiji has been giving as a lifestyle for all his devotees and disciples. Swamiji says, last few years, I made all my disciples take Haritaki. Now, Delhi IIT is proving that Haritaki proves to be a therapeutic option against SARS-CoV-2. If you are my disciple and taking Haritaki, be assured you are safe. Today, July 4th, is day 11 of Paramashivoham, the most positive happening on the planet. Today's theme is Upanishad. Sitting with the Master, sitting with the Guru. Only an embodied Guru can give you enlightenment, not teaching, not principles. Here, in this video, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam gives the ultimate resolution to that question of, is a physical guru needed? Do we need the presence of a physical guru? Only an embodied guru can give you enlightenment. Here, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is giving us the ultimate truth about having a guru in your lives.
Next question. Sumalata is asking, Guru embodied has to be given more importance or Guru Tattva? Teaching's essence is to be imbibed as the goal of any seeker, is to be established in ultimate truth going beyond all identities. Pranams, love and respect, Swamiji. Listen, Sumalata. This is the answer for Sumalata and for everyone. Listen. Teachings, Guru Tattva, is only to lead you to the Guru embodied. Vedanta, principles, great philosophies, Guru Tattvas, practice, everything is only just to reach you to the embodied Guru. Only embodied Guru can give you enlightenment. No Tattva principle can give you enlightenment directly. Even an incarnation like me, I needed an embodied Guru. Directly, Paramashiva has to come as Arunagiri Yogishwara, embodied form. And has to liberate me. Understand? Arunagiri Yogishwara manifesting in my life as embodied form is a great statement given to the world. Embodied Guru is mandatory even for incarnations. Understand? All the teachings, essence, Guru Tattva is to inspire you to reach you to the embodied Guru. Once you reach the embodied Guru, Guru Gita is the only book where he talks to her about him. He talks to her about him. Paramashiva talks to Parashakti about Guru. Understand? Guru Tattva, teachings, essence, imbibing all of it. All this is great to inspire you, to push you, to make you reach the embodied Guru. Once you reach the embodied Guru, once you recognize him, once you understand him, whole life is simple. Exactly, I'll tell you the essence of teachings I learnt from my Guru, Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Simple word. If I have to translate the essence of what I received from Arunagiri Yogeshwara, have simple attachment to the embodied Guru, simple obedience to embodied Guru. That's all. That simple attachment will become beautifully initial level love, then next level love, then it will become pure prema bhakti, then it will become atma bhakti, then it will become oneness and enlightenment. Simple obedience will start the dialogue, then the instructions, teachings will be given, then solutions will be given, then initiation will happen, then process will happen, then powers will be transmitted, then oneness will manifest, enlightenment is achieved. Simple attachment, simple obedience, that's all. All teachings, Guru Tattva, essence to be imbibed, all this ultimate truth, everything is only to connect you to the embodied Guru. Once you have reached the embodied Guru, after that only one teaching, simple attachment, simple obedience, that's it. Then simply the transmission happens and you become enlightened. It is too simple. Sumalata, this is a direct answer for you and for everyone. Understand? When I love you, I give you straight answer. What I am talking now is a straight answer. I am not bothered about trolls. I am not bothered about criticizing people. They are going to be trolling and criticizing forever. I am not even now available for them to harass, attack, abuse. I am not bothered about them. I am not going to answer for their sake. No. I am answering straight for the real people who want real enlightenment. If you want real enlightenment, because only Guru knows what has to be imparted in you and where you have to be given a breakthrough. No teaching, no tattva can, because tattva and teachings, all that your mind can digest and make a very cunning structure for you to continue to flourish, thrive in your delusion. Most of the time when people keep only the teachings and leave the embodied Guru, they become so cunning to make the structure for themselves internally, mentally, to thrive in their delusion and continue to feel that they are great spiritual seekers or enlightened beings. I tell you, Sumalata, it's a straight answer for you. If you are a real person seeking for real enlightenment, solution is simple attachment and simple obedience towards embodied Guru. That's it. All Guru Tattva teachings, great truths, amazing Vedanta, all this are just to inspire you to reach embodied Guru. Once you reach the embodied Guru, simple attachment and simple obedience. If your Vedanta, Guru Tattva, all the ideas you learnt, after reaching Guru, if they are trying to stop you, divert you, or obstacle, drop the ideas and concepts and philosophies you learnt, not the Guru. Guru is living, real being. Drop the teachings, not the Guru. Living, real being is the only one who can transmit the Shaktipada, power manifestation, and give you enlightenment. So Sumalata, this is the direct answer for you and for all the real seekers. If you are a real seeker, seeking real enlightenment, simple attachment, simple obedience to the Guru, that's it. Embodied Guru, that's it. And anything else comes in between you and your embodied Guru, drop all of it. Do tyaga of everything else. Simple attachment, simple obedience is the only truth. Do tyaga of everything else other than this one. That's the essence of what I received from my Guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara. This is a big statement Paramashiva is giving. Hey, when I incarnate, I assume the body of the Guru, I become embodied Guru and initiate myself and get enlightened. This is a statement he is making to the world. Embodied Guru is the essence of all Guru Tattva ideas, philosophies, principles. Only embodied Guru can give you enlightenment and make you manifest the next higher level consciousness. Only embodied Guru can give you the breakthrough. Without embodied Guru, with just a philosophy, you only become more cunning. And you create your own structure and justify your delusion. All just philosophy, principle, teachings, ideas, concepts without embodied living Guru only makes you more deluded, and your delusion becomes justified delusion. When you learn to justify your delusion, you become arrogant and absolutely nothing good can happen to you. Doom. So if you are a real seeker, interested in real enlightenment, have real simple attachment, real simple obedience to the embodied Guru. That's it. It's for all real seekers who are interested in enlightenment.
Guru Purnima is tomorrow, July 5th, this year. Nityam Brahma Nirakaram Guru Purnima is tomorrow, Sunday, July 5th this year. The Guru Gita beautifully says, Nityam Brahma Nirakaram Nirgunam Bodhayet Param Sarvam Brahma Nirabhasam Deepo Deepantaram Yata. The translation goes, just as one lamp lights another lamp, the Guru imparts knowledge that everything is Brahman, the Brahman that is imperceptible, eternal, highest, without form and without attributes. Beautifully, the Guru Gita says, the transmission of the enlightenment experience can happen from one lamp lighting another lamp. In this segment, Swamiji talks about the devotion to the Guru and God and how the devotion will protect you and offer you the ultimate experience.
Is real me. The delusion you are in, based on that you cognize me. Understand? Whenever Guru appears, the right way to relate with Guru is devotion. Because any cognition will be lower. Good or bad, your cognitions are lower than the existence of the Guru. He is there to wake you up and raise you to the higher state. Ramakrishna says beautifully, even Osho says, when I point the moon, see the moon, don't try to bite my finger. People who try to judge me, give their own reasons for my action. Maybe this is, maybe that, maybe this is what he was planning, maybe that is what he is planning. I think maybe he was doing that. Understand? Raise yourself to the consciousness. Ultimate. The power of consciousness. Paramashiva. Ultimate. Again and again and again. Move towards that direction. Instead of wasting your time and energy in destroying your possibility, understand, once you create the doubt and your own justifications and reasons for my action and break the trust you built, you are the loser, not me. Chine punye martyalogam vishanti. When the good punya is exhausted, you fall into the buloka, ordinary existence. Understand? The real punya is ability to keep yourself light and keep your trust level and devotion high, especially during this cyclone of doubts and abuses. The best is, during the cyclone of doubts and abuses, you should not pick up your crowbar and go and fight with them. No. You should just lock yourself, keep yourself away from all these doubts and abuses and let it settle down. You just be in the space of pure devotion and commitment. Nothing else. Understand? Nothing else. Just relax and rest in enlightenment. Just relax and rest in enlightenment. Paramashiva. Nothing else is needed. Nothing is there to be worried. Devotion, if you just keep the bhakti alive, if you protect your bhakti, bhakti will protect you forever from everything. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Protect your bhakti, bhakti will protect you from everything. That's all I have done in my life. I have protected my bhakti to Paramashiva, and he is protecting me forever from everything. I have protected my bhakti to Paramashiva, and he is protecting me forever from everything. Human beings, with all their cunning plans, convoluted plans, negativity, with all their toxic mental setup, always get gravitated, heavy, and manifest only negativity in their life. Just only one solution, keeping your devotion to Paramashiva alive. You just levitate. All the toxins loses power over you. All toxins will lose power over you the moment you keep your devotion alive. The moment you keep your devotion to Paramashiva alive, all toxins in the system are cleansed. You achieve absolute enlightenment. You achieve complete enlightenment. I tell you with all my experience, keep your devotion to Paramashiva and Guru alive. You will manifest all the best things in the life. Nothing else is more powerful than Paramashiva Bhakti and Guru Bhakti. Just keep the two alive. It's actually one and the same. Just keep that alive. All the best things will manifest in your life, including ultimate enlightenment. Including ultimate enlightenment. Jivan Mukti. State, space, powers, being and superconsciousness of Paramashiva will manifest in every one of us just by keeping Bhakti alive. Keep your Bhakti, protect your Bhakti, Bhakti will protect you. When you wake up people from their lower states of consciousness and raise them to the higher state, when they don't want to wake up to the higher reality and truth, they try to find fault in the Guru who is appearing in their dream to wake them up. They say, hey, you are worse than us. Why are you waking us up? Hey, understand. Do not ever cheat yourself or others. Do not ever cheat yourself or others by breaking your consciously built spiritual growth.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om
Paramashivoham. Om Nithya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nanda Paramashivoham. Om Nithya Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithya.
The mind is waiting to trap us. How there are so many traps in the path and how to overcome them, and how a guru is always there to ensure that we do not fall for any of these traps.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Om Nithyananda. Paramashivoham. Om Ananda. Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithya. Om Nithya. Ananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
What presented to him as practical by the mind becomes winner. The most intelligent game in the life is do not believe what is presented to you as practical by the mind, because mind is waiting to get hurt and it is loaded with the wounds of the past. It is going to only repeat the pains of the past into the future, or make you believe the pains of the past is going to come into the future, so you can continue to be a slave of the mind. Understand? Mind like your senior subordinate. He wants to keep you under his control. He can keep only if you are continuously in problem. If you are free from the problem, he cannot keep you under your control, under his control. Understand? When you are declaring your victories, don't look for the people who are celebrating and clapping. Look for the people who are not. They are enemy. They are your mind to trap you. People don't celebrate your victory. Be careful about them. People who don't celebrate, clap for your victory. Whenever you are successful, don't pay too much attention if people clap and enjoy your success. They are all your people. They will be with you forever. Be very careful. Beware of the people who don't clap, who don't celebrate your success. They are representatives of your mind, who are constantly strategizing to keep you under their control. Understand? Matter, mind, intelligence, consciousness. The fourth component is pure Paramashiva. Radiate eternally and empowering buddhi, intelligence, act through your mind, the matter. Nothing can be compared to the spiritual depth you achieve and manifest in life. Nothing can be more powerful than the spiritual.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shivoham. Om Nithyananda
KAILASA will start working for you. Understand? I have so much already brought. Actually, to tell you honestly, the sign Kalpavriksha the sign flowers and fruits from KAILASA. Listen, can signs of Parijata, Kalpavriksha, Kamadin, all are ready. I can make the DNA of Kamadin. I can make the whole root Kalpavriksha. I can make the combination, unique manifestation of Parijata. Everything is ready. I just need a few hundred people who mastered unconscious and who are ready to integrate. I am just working for the whole humanity. Understand? I can just put that science in all of you and you cannot manifest. Just I need a few hundred of you. Evolve. Absolutely. So I can, with the grace of Paramashivoham, bring the gods and gods of KAILASA to manifest to each of you. This great gift of KAILASA to manifest to each of you. Nothing can be compared to. Listen. Nothing can be compared to spiritual presence. If you want Sri KAILASA to manifest, you have to manifest Paramashiva. You have to instantly connect with him. Prabhu, Mahadeva, let me melt in you, Paramurule. Paramashiva, you please manifest in this being. Nothing is equivalent. The spiritual friend. If any of my followers, disciples wants to give any Guru Dakshina for my birthday, I will ask you to be more and more integrated to Paramashiva. More and more integrated to Paramashiva. Listen. Be more glitching, more authenticity, integrity, responsibility in practice, more practice of completion, more practice of oneness, more and more manifesting powers, living the state, space, powers, being and super consciousness of Paramashiva. If you ask me, how can we stop tax abuses? This is the solution. Be more stronger spiritual. Evolve more integrity. If each of us can raise in integrity, completion, unclench, we can destroy the collective beauty of the universe. What is small abuse? We can and reach the whole world. I tell you. KAILASA is space which should manifest in our inner space. Then naturally it will manifest space. Understand? Each one of you should be Paramashiva and Parashakti. The place where you stay. Understand? Manifest Paramashiva in your inner space. The place wherever you are, de facto spiritual. I only want from all of you have more and more deeper and integrity to Paramashiva.
Let us now look at how temples and Sarvagna Pitas worldwide are celebrating the presence of Guru in our lives. On social media, the Guru Gita challenge has become very popular among devotees and disciples of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Understanding the Guru Tattva and having personal, intimate connection with the Guru is the essence of life. These are the instructions for joining the Guru Gita challenge. You can choose your favorite Guru Gita verse, take a video and chant 2 verses of the Guru Gita. Share on social media with the tag Guru Gita challenge and tag and nominate 3 friends. You can log on to tinyurl.com/Guru Gita challenge to participate. The Master unconditionally accepts anything given with gratitude when it is offered directly to the enlightened Master, to the Guru. It will liberate you from karmas and negative patterns that are blocking your success in this life. Guru Purnima is the most auspicious occasion to make an offering and receive the blessings of the Master. Guru Purnima in KAILASA with His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is on July 5th, 2020. Celebrate the happening of our beloved Guru, His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam on the auspicious occasion of Guru Purnima and offer the Pada Puja at the lotus feet of Bhagavan himself. Here, how the avatar, the incarnation, has enacted every part of his life to show the ultimate possibility to all of us. Swamiji talks about integrated puja, how just puja itself leads to freedom.
नित्यानन्देश्वर सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि आदिशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Shri Mahants, Tanedar Kotari, visitors, viewers, sitting with us all over the world this time through Nithyananda TV, Facebook Live, through hundreds of Adinavasis channels, YouTube Live, and through two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. Sitting with us through two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha, long list. So I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Let me continue to expand on some more deeper truths about choices and freedom. Understand, yesterday I was explaining in the webinar the physicality, thinking within the box is bondage, thinking outside the box is choices, breaking the box is creativity, realizing box is the hoax is freedom. Then the psychology of freedom and choices. Opinions form the foundation of choices. Truth forms the foundation of freedom. Opinions form the foundation of choices. Truths form the foundation of freedom. Listen. Now, I'm going to precisely give you the understanding of tattva of freedom and choices. Listen. If you choose from the short perceptions you have, it is called choices. If you play with the whole, with the larger perception, beyond anything you can imagine to choose, it is called freedom. You have access to only one plane. In that 2000 items are available in front of you as choices. And you choose. This is the life of choices. You have access to all the 11 planes. You are playing. The playing itself is so beautiful. You neither have time nor have interest to choose. Because there is so much that is called freedom. Understand, I am not selling any theories. I am selling you, not even selling, sharing with you the reality. Opinion-based lifestyle, of course, provides you lot of choices, but reduces your very ability of perception. If you are engrossed in 2000 choices in front of you, you miss 11 dimensions. Each one of them have some few million choices. Listen to this truth. If you are engrossed with 2000 choices in front of you, and the opinions you formed about those choices, you miss very badly possibility of that multi-dimensional universe. Very recently there was an article in Facebook, I do not know how many of you read. Our brain is constructed to perceive extraordinary dimensions. Still scientists are exploring. I don't know how many of you read. Few days before the article went viral in Facebook. The construct of the brain has capacity to perceive multiple dimensions of the universe. Of course, now only the science is trying to touch. That also just surface of the iceberg, tip of the iceberg. Our rishis have gone to the depth and they have described elaborately. Today morning I was reading some of the Tantra literature. Tantra literatures are also part of Agama, teachings of Sadashiva. Two important concepts I wanted to share from
the tantras I was reading today morning, which was also resonating with my personal experience. Understand the opinions like love, hatred, those signals occupy such large space in your brain. They form like a fort and do not let you see beyond the wall. Listen. Seeing this world does not make you incapable of not seeing the other worlds. No. Opinions you form about this world stops you perceiving the other planes. Listen. I'll repeat. See, this world you see. Bur, buva. In the human body you have access to all the three. Bur, buva, swa. In human body you can experience swa also. Bur, buva, swa. All the three you can experience in this human body. This bur, buva, swa, these planes which you are seeing is not stopping your ability to perceive other planes like a tapo, satya, brahma, all those lokas. But the opinions you form about this world becomes a huge fort inside your brain, Sahasrara Mandala, 1,000 petal flower. When that fort is built, then you are not able to see outside the fort. That stops your ability to perceive the multiple dimensions of the universe. Listen. Actually, choices are not only not freedom, they are anti-freedom. Listen. Choices are not only not freedom, they are anti-freedom. You are so engrossed, engaged, feeling you got the result. Because you do not know the way to check whether some stone is a diamond or a shining ordinary stone, you go on collecting your whole life something. Only when you are about to die, you discover a machine to check the diamond and you find out whole thing you collected is just faltu stone. Not even one is diamond. Listen. The opinion-based choices life gives you a kind of agitation which you call as experience. Agitations cannot be experienced. Experience means a complete, settled, restful awareness of your existence. Last 2 days I am singing one line from Arunagiri Nada, a great saint from my native place. Rajagambira Nadalum Vayalura. It's actually describing the inner space of Subramanya, the grace with which, the Gambira with which he is ruling the universe. I tell you, if you experience anything in your life, even a simple cup of tea, you will experience that Gambira, because the Gambira is the quality of your existence. Gambira is the smell of your freedom. Understand? Friendliness is the smell of your consciousness. Gambira, grace, is the smell of your freedom. If you are having freedom inside, the Gambira, grace, will be your existence. The whole Hindu tradition is such a life-oriented religion. You can see the sacred sentiments which you are supposed to cherish in the morning puja are all so much of life-oriented. Kamadenave, Kalpavrikshaya, Ratnasinhasanaya, Chindamani Grihaya. The sentiments you are supposed to cherish. The sentiments you are supposed to cherish. I don't know how many of you know Krishna is murdered. Rama is suicide. We never speak about it. Krishna was murdered. A hunter came and killed him when he was resting. Have you ever seen Krishna murdered? Only with flute, dancing. Because we know box is the horse. He embodied, he is not body. So we are very clear. He embodied, so he has to be disembodied, and he needs some reason. It's such a life-oriented religion. The items you are supposed to touch in the morning: sandal, paste, flower. See, early morning the items you need to handle: jewelry, silk. And see the concepts you need to remember. Parijataya, Kalpavrikshaya, Chintamani Grihaya, Kamadenave. I tell you, nothing compared to a integrated puja. If I am not started my public life and doing what I am doing, I will be only pujari. Really. I will not be yogi, or I will not be healer, or I will not be an author, I will not be an orator, I will be pujari. The sacred sentiments you need to remember. Ultimately, what you perceive in your brain is the essence of your life. What you perceive in your brain only is going to come with you after you leave the body. Nothing else. Even if you build a body heavy, all the 300, 400 big muscles, The moment you leave it over, it's no more useful. But the person, I tell you, morning yoga is the savings you do for the old age. Like in US and all what they call retirement pension, 401k. That's your morning yoga. But morning puja is your visa for after death, after leaving the body. Understand, morning yoga is only 401k. Morning puja is your visa and accommodation for after leaving the body. An integrated puja, so many life-based sentiments need to be awakened in you. Hridbadnama sanandata sahasrarachyutamritaihi padyam charanayor dadyat. Means the nectar flowing from the Sahasra, which is putting me in that ecstasy, flowing through the mouth and sweetening my very saliva and burning intense sweetness. Understand the word I am using. Burning intense sweetness. You all know only burning intense spice. Chili. Burning intense sweetness in the throat, which flows through the system. That is Sahasra Amrita. That is the water for bathing. Sahasra Achyutamritai Padyam Charanayor Dadyat. Water to wash the feet. When I say integrated puja, remembering all these sentiments when you recite the mantra. Not Hridbadnam Asanam Satyam. The saliva while during sleeping cannot be the badhyam. Many people do that. That is what directly is applied on. Nanyam Denishasmism. Poor fellow. He has to take bath in your saliva because you accepted him as Guru. He accepted you as a disciple. Integrated puja means just swimming in these sacred sentiments when you recite the mantras. Swimming in these sacred sentiments when you recite the mantras. Chittam pragalpaye pushpam dhubam pranan pragalpaye tejas tattvancha deepartham. Tejas tattva means feeling bright, alive, which you feel when the screen opens. And how the eyes are searching, what is the new jewelry, what is the new throne, what is the new background, what is the new beard style. What's a new chata style? What's a new feather? Tejas Tattvancha Deepatam. That Tejas Tattva which pushes you from inside to be alive. That Tattva, that unit, is the Deepartam. That is the Deepa. See, Sadashiva says very clearly, you can't lower the bell below the heart. Means, if the hands are like this, you can't sleep. You can't sleep. Try to keep like this and try to sleep. You can't. That is, see, certain level of movement of the hand and leg. You can't sleep. That is why the temple steps are always high. If you raise your knees that much, you can't sleep. And if you raise the hand like this and ring the bell, you can't sleep. Kantanadam Gritva. When you raise the bell and ring the bell and remove all the demons, it's not the external demons, you are sleep. Integrated puja. So much of the life positive sentiments have to be remembered, cherished, cognized. Understand, multiple persistent cognitions of life positive higher elemental sentiments will open up the various parts of your brain beyond these walls you built based on your judgments and opinions. Understand? Listen. Now I am breaking one of the important part. Opinions are lower powerless energy fantasies. The powerful fantasies of visualizations like Kamadhenu Kalpavriksha will burn these opinion walls. Listen. Kamadhenu Kalpavriksha, Ratna Singhasana, Chintamani Kriha, all of them are not the fantasies like Superman, Batman, all that. No. These life positive visualizations have the capacity, these powerful visualizations has the capacity to melt the opinion walls you built in your life by the powerless cognitions. Understand? The opinions you created and the powerless cognitions you built and the choices you made because of these opinions and powerless cognitions can be melted away just by even trying to cognize what is Kalpavriksha, what is Kamadhenu, what is Kalpavriksha. All possible. What is your cognition? Nothing possible. The opinionated mental setup can be melted away by these higher cognitions, powerful cognitions. And these powerful cognitions lead you to reality and freedom. Understand? All negative things, like a choice-based, opinion-based choices-based lifestyle, and whether choices are fulfilled frustration, unfulfilled boredom, this whole route is powerlessness. Higher life positive visualizations, getting grounded in completion, more and more getting grounded in reality, and more experiencing freedom. This whole route is powerfulness. Morning puja directly leads you to freedom. It's a royal path for freedom. I tell you, the number of times I cherish the sentiment which I was singing just now. Rajagambira nadalum vayalura. The number of times I have cherished this sentiment. The moment I remember this line, my whole brain opens up to that grace. Gambira. My whole body language tastes that Gambira. Again and again and again. In what kind of sentiments and visualizations your inner space is soaked matters. Your inner space, biomemory is like a cotton. How many times it is getting soaked in honey? How many times it is getting soaked in drainage? Matters. It is not all about money, honey. It is all about honey money. It is not all about money. Understand? In what kind of perceptions and experiences, more number of times your inner space is soaked decides whether you are wealthy or poor. Not the zeros you have in the bank many times which you don't even remember. Zeros not remembered. Indian politicians really don't know how much of zeros they have in their Swiss bank, and even after their death nobody knows the number. Now like this we have lost tons of money. These fellows are so secretive, they dump everything in the Swiss bank, only they know the bank account number and the secret code or everything. They don't even tell their sons, daughters, because the day they tell they will be killed. So they want to live as till the last moment, because even if you tell now, in half an hour you will be dead. So they don't tell, and they die, the whole money is lost. The money in the bank does not make you rich. And the sons and daughters also don't kill the parents till they get the bank account number. If a politician is in the deathbed and not dying, it means he is very brilliant, he has still not yet given the last number.
It is now time to prepare ourselves to be in Upanishad with His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let us make a conscious decision to be in a space of deep listening with simple integrity to Swamiji, that we are here open and available to receive the revelations of Paramashiva for Shakti Pada to happen. Let us chant the Mahavakya initiated by Swamiji. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Understand? I'll explain, I will reveal precisely what happened 31 years ago on the same Vaikashi month, Visaga Nakshatra, as per English calendar, 20th May 1989. So today, 31 years completed and 32nd year starting. Listen. This Vaikashi Visagam has multiple importance in Hindu tradition and for Kailasa. One, Subramanya was given Sarvajnanottara Agama by Paramashiva on this very day, Vaikashi month, Visaga Nakshatram, and on this very day, Vaikashi Visaga Nakshatram, Purnima Tithi, Buddha became enlightened. Buddha was born, enlightened, and left the body. Mahaparinirvana. All three happened on this same day, Vaikashi month, Purnima Tithi. Jnana Sambandha, Guru Puja Mahotstava happens on this very 3 days from Visaga Nakshatra to Moola Nakshatra. Vaikashi Moolam is the day he had Videha Mukti, means Sayujya, Shiva Sayujyam, Paramashiva Sayujyam. So these 3 days are celebrated for Tirujnana Sambandha and my enlightenment day. Listen carefully. Precisely, if I were to put it in a words, what happened on the day, 20th May 1989. See, every time I explain, I open the layer by layer, deeper and deeper aspect of what has happened on that very day and reveal the deeper and deeper truths. Now I'll precisely tell you. Paramashiva started manifesting as Parameshwara on this very day through this being and through this body. Understand? Paramashiva started manifesting as Parameshwara through this body and through this being on this very day. Understand? I'll reveal more details happened. I'll tell you, today is not only the anniversary of my enlightenment day, today is also the day of first initiation. Understand? The moment Paramashiva started manifesting as Parameshwara, first I did is calling my classmate and gave him power demo. So today is the first power demonstration day. Second, initiation. Today is the first initiation day. Third, I gave him energy darshan and hug, literally. So today is the first energy darshan day. Fourth, I explained this whole science of power manifestation, everything to him. So maybe you can say today is the first Satsang started. Today is the first Satsang day. Literally, I have started all my work. Satsang, initiation, power demonstration, energy darshan. Literally, I have started the enriching activities of KAILASA on this very day. Today is the anniversary of not only my enlightenment, it's the anniversary of energy darshan, first energy darshan, first initiation, first satsang, first power manifestation demonstration. Understand? I am seeing 31 years of sincere enriching has made by the grace of Paramashiva and the protection of Kalabhairava. Kailasa has become reality. Understand? The 31 years completed and 32nd year starting. What? What a day. I have sharing from my classmate and my first disciple, literally who received the initiation. He has shared his personal experience. You can listen to that after the satsang. Let me first tell whatever I wanted to say, then you can listen to that video. He's sharing. We have video recorded, is sharing. It's available. I'll share it with you all. Listen. What has happened today is Paramashiva manifesting as Parameshwara through this being and through this body. That is what I am trying to convey in multiple words. Like 360 degree, I was able to see, I was able to feel that I am everything, the whole cosmos, everything. It's like the pure Paramashiva state started manifesting as the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and KAILASA of Paramashiva. Through this being and through this body, intensely. Intensely. Paramashiva started manifesting as Parameshwara. Understand? I'll explain few things which happened before this enlightenment experience. You will understand exactly the reason why this happened in me. It all started Annamalai Swamigal telling that we are not the body, we are beyond the body. He started teaching the Ramana Maharshi's teachings, and I ran to the home and wanted to check how can we be beyond the body and we are beyond pains and sufferings. I took the shaver in those days, like how my father used to have, where they slide blade and shave. I took that razor and literally cut my thigh. Of course, there was bleeding. My mother saw and immediately rushed me to the hospital. Hospital means just opposite house, across the road. Family doctor, his name is Dr. Karunanidhi. He was more like a family, literally is a family. And almost 13 stitches he had to make to stop the bleeding, and he did all the medically what need to be attended, and then he told in front of me to my parents that this is not accidental cut. He has purposely done it because so deep, so long, accidentally you cannot cut. Ask him why he did it. So they started investigating why I did. The doctor even had the doubt whether it was a suicide attempt. Then I explained the whole thing to my mother and father and to the doctor. That Annamalai Swamigal told, we don't have pain, and I just wanted to check whether I have pain or not. So I cut myself and to see whether I have pain and suffering or not. Listen to this word. Neither my mother nor my father was angry with Annamalai Swamigal. They did not have a single ill feeling to my Guru Annamalai Swamigal. First thing my mother said, for my mother I am literally life, not only now, even in those days. My father and mother, both of them know, purpose of their life is to give birth to me and protect me and make me flower. Once my father saw I have already fully flowered and started my mission, he just relaxed and left the body. Understand, they know their life's purpose is me flowering. So they were so protective of me. But the moment they heard the whole story, my mother said, அந்த சாமி சொல்லி இருந்தா தப்பு இருக்காது கண்ணு, அது நாம தான் தப்பா புரிஞ்சிட்டு இருந்திருப்போம், அவர்கிட்டயே கேட்கலாம், என்ன அவங்க சொன்னாங்க, நீ என்ன புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னு அவர்கிட்டயே கேட்கலாம் கண்ணு. That's my mother's first response. My father, பேண்டேஜ் எல்லாம் போட்டுக்கோக்கண்ணே, அப்புறமா அப்பா சாமிகிட்ட கூப்பிட்டு போறேன், அவர்கிட்ட கேட்கலாம். Means my mother is telling that if that Swamiji, Annamalai Swami said, there will be nothing wrong. We will ask him what he said and what you understood. We will just find out and attend to that. We will try to understand what Annamalai Swamigal said. My father says, so first let us do all this first aid. Medically what need to be attended, then I will take you to Annamalai Swamigal and get clarity. The doctor who attended to me is literally part of my family, because his house, drinking water he gets from my house. My house well used to be the common well for few of the family and neighbors, and very good, loving person, very caring person. Never took money from my family for any medical care. Even for other villages, he will charge maximum 10 rupee. Maximum. Understand, the doctor, his response, கண்ணு அவங்க சாமி சொல்லி இருந்தாங்கன்னா தப்பா ஒன்னும் சொல்லியிருக்க மாட்டாங்க, நம்ம எப்படி புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம்னு தெரியல, அவங்க கிட்ட போய் பேசி பார்ப்போம், கட்டாயம் சாமி சொல்லி நீ தப்பா புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டே கட் பண்ணி இருந்தா கூட அவங்க சரி பண்ணிடுவாங்க, கவலைப்படாது. I tell you, the ecosystem. Understand, if the same thing happens today, first they would have filed the POSCO complaint on Annamalai Swamigal. Abetment of suicide. Annamalai Swamigal misguided Immediately the media mafia in Tiruvannamalai, oh, Annamalai Swamigal misguided a small boy, made him to cut his thigh. Abetment of suicide case, FIR is filed. Any moment he may get arrested. POSCO FIR is registered. The protection of children from any dangers. POSCO. Understand the great ecosystem Arunachala gave me. Not only my father or mother did not have any ill feeling. See, I don't have any question about my pati. I will never question pati. I will only question pasu and pasa. I will only question me and the Maya, delusion. Never question pati, my guru. I will never do that. That is different. Even my mother or father, forget about filing a case on Annamalai Swamigal. They will not even entertain, cherish a ill feeling. Actually, my mother must be listening to this satsang. If she listens, she will even laugh, because never ever they would have had even an idea of filing a case on any of my gurus. Forget about cases, even ill feeling. And not only no ill feeling, they are not even indirectly saying, okay, from now onwards don't go to that Swami, and whatever he says you are not able to understand. Let us not disturb him, but let us not go there. Not even that. My father is telling, let's finish this first aid band-aid. I will take you to Swamiji and let us ask Swamiji the more details of what he was telling you and teaching you. And my mother is consoling me. Hey, if that Swamiji has said something, there will not be any wrong. We only would have misunderstood. Let us ask that Swamiji more details of what that Swamiji was trying to teach you. God, I can roll on the ground of Tiruvannamalai and touch every person who lives in Tiruvannamalai, his feet dust on my head. Literally the feeling I have now, the gratitude I have now for the ecosystem, oh God. Hey, I tell you, it is that ecosystem produced me. If I had even one poison around me, they would have stopped me going to Annamalai Swamigal. Actually, after this cut, I started going to him more regularly, every day. Neither my father nor my mother or the doctor put any ill feelings about my guru to me, nor they even try to slow me down, keep me away from my guru. My father is telling, hey, let us finish the band-aid. கட்டு போட்டுட்ட உடனே நான் சாமிகிட்ட கூப்பிட்டு போறேன், அவர்கிட்ட பேசலாங்கன்னு அவர்கிட்ட கேட்போம். He is just waiting for doctor to finish the band-aid. And then doctor is telling, I also did not see that Swamiji for many days. I will also come, let us go and meet and have darshan of Swamiji. Understand, when we went to Annamalai Swamigal, my mother was having tears, but not even one small ill feeling towards my Guru. It was all about, I did not understand fully, I misunderstood something and did this mess up. What a mother and what a father and what a doctor and what an ecosystem. I tell you, every Shivacharya in Tiruvannamalai temple is my Guru. I'll be so happy to have their feet dust on my head. Every person living in Tiruvannamalai is equal to Paramashiva for me, because they all ganged up and had such an amazing ecosystem. I tell you, within 2 days, that whole street, actually that 4th street is all full of my relatives. My family has a habit, they will marry inside. So every person will be related to me at least 5 or 6 ways. My father's side, he will be cousin. My mother's side, some relation, some way. It is such a tight-knit family. I can give you an example. My mother had 5 siblings. My mother and her sister and 3 sons. All 5 got married in the same next streets. My father's mother and mother's father are brothers, sisters. Like that, all only inside family they will marry. And all of them live a large joint families. To understand, whole that my street knows that Annamalai Swamigal gave me some spiritual instruction. I went and cut myself. Not even one person had one ill feeling for Annamalai Swamigal. Forget about having any bad words for Annamalai Swamigal. Not even ill feeling. Not single fellow. Even thought of coming and telling me, why do you go to that Swami? Because of him you cut your thighs and you have so much pain and 13 stitches. What would have happened if you did not cut the thigh, you just cut the neck? All that negative built up. Stupidity. Not even one person trying to have one thought against Annamalai Swamigal, my Guru, or trying to even stop me going to my Guru regularly. Nothing. I tell you. How much the ecosystem is important for a person to become enlightened, for enlightenment to flower. How much a ecosystem is important, understand this. From this, even if one ill feeling in the doctor or in my mother or in my father or in my family towards the Guru, or even slowing me down going to my Guru, would have made the whole thing. I don't know what would have happened. I can't imagine the other side. But I tell you, because all of them were in such amazing space, it's not that people don't care about me. There were many, for many people, I am their favorite. I was literally like how Balakrishna was treated by the Brindavan Vasis, same way that whole Tiruvannamalai village in those days, that it's only few streets in those days, that my community celebrated me. even now celebrating me. That is different. I tell you, all of them love me so much, but not a single fellow. Neither they had this thought, nor they told me, or even tried to stop me indirectly. My father could have said, no, first you attend, take the treatment and get well. Later on we will see when we should see that Swamiji, we will see later on. Now nothing, hurry. He did not tell. He said, first let us finish the bandage. Immediately I will take you to that Swamiji. What an ecosystem, I tell you. Everything, all the good things happening through this being and body. The first credit goes to Paramashiva. Paramashiva's grace, Kalabhairava's protection. Immediate next is that ecosystem. It is not just one person or 2%. The ecosystem. Imagine if this is happened today, 32 years now. Understand what we lost in last 32 years. If this has happened today, tomorrow there will be. First of all, the doctor has to inform the police. Hey, he has to inform because it is medico legal. He is legally bound to inform the police station. And police is bound to do investigation. And Annamalai Swamigal is a Hindu sadhu. Police will be simply forced to file an FIR under POCSO Act and arrest him by the media. The Dravish anti-Hindu media terrorists in Tamil Nadu, in Tiruvannamala would have forced. The police to file an FIR under POCSO and arrest Annamalai Swamigal. Never ever I would have been able to see Annamalai Swamigal, my Guru, forever in my life. Even if I prove in the court that he has not done anything wrong, I cut myself on my own. Even if he is released from the police jail, I will not be allowed to see him again. What all mess up would have happened, I can't even imagine. Understand what is lost in last 32 years. Let us rebuild the ecosystem Paramashiva provided to me as Tiruvannamalai Arunachala Sarvanya Peetam. That is the real gratitude we can pay. I can pay to Arunachala. Understand why we need to build Kailasa. Today this has happened. Within 48 hours, Annamalai Swami will be in jail. And I would have never, I don't want to utter any word from my mouth. What would have happened to my future? Nobody knows. Whether I would have been allowed even to go to any other guru, I don't know. Then what would have happened to this whole Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystem? I don't know. That is why I am telling you. I am the last lamp. Let us revive Kailasa, enlightened ecosystem, where the beings can flower into enlightenment. There was no media to immediately start writing scandals about Annamalai Swamigal in those days. Fortunately, no pokso on Annamalai Swamigal. Neither anybody had a ill feeling to my Guru, nor they even thought of stopping me going to my Guru. Immediately after that band-aid, I was taken to Annamalai Swamigal. To Annamalai Swamigal, I bowed down and said, Swami, cut பண்ணிட்டேன், கொஞ்சம் வலியாத்தான் இருக்கு, நீங்க சொன்னீங்க நமக்கு வலி எல்லாம் இல்ல, நம்ம உடம்புக்கு அப்பால அப்படின்னு எனக்கு புரியுற மாதிரி சொல்லுங்களேன் சாமி. I went and asked him. I cut my thigh and there is a pain. You said that there will not be any pain and we are beyond body and mind. Can you explain more detail? He is a Paramashanta Swarupa. He is not the person to react. And he just a light smile on his face, and then he started explaining with a lot of care, and he looked at the doctor, Karunanidhi doctor, and doctor said, it's all treated and under the control, he will become all right. He said, ரொம்ப நீளமா கிழிச்சுக்கிட்டான் சாமி, 13 தையல் போட்டிருக்கேன், அது சரியாயிடும், ஒரு 15 நாள்ல சரியாயிடும். I cut very deeply and long. It was 13 stitches he has to make to stop the bleeding. Intense guy, you see, anything I do, intensity is my brand. Shraddha is my brand. Authenticity is my brand. From the beginning. I tell you. What was 20th May 1989 in Thiruvannamalai? I cannot disrespect Arunachala or Thiruvannamalai. I only wanted you guys to understand why we need to revive the Kailasa enlightenment ecosystem. Government would have filed the POCSO, put that Swamiji, Annamalai Swami in jail, but I would have never achieved what I need to achieve if that has happened. Because government cannot give enlightenment to me. Only my Guru can give. Fortunately, I had the ecosystem. Not only none of my relatives, family people had ill feeling to Annamalai Swamigal. They did not even stop me going to my Guru. Then, next, the most important thing is Kuppammal, my godmother, my Guru, Guru Mata. She is not only my Guru, she is literally my grandmother. Means my father's mother's close friend. Both of them were only the very close, thick friends, and both of them are initiated into Srividya Sampradaya by Isaki Swami. Both of them were great yoginis. They were running a team, a group, Abhida Gujam, in the name of Abhida Gujambal, the Parashakti. Parashakti's name in Thiruvannamalai is Abhida Gujambal. Kuppammal is president of the team and my grandmother is the vice president. So they were very intimate, thick friends, literally same family. And Kuppammal, உட்ரா, இந்த பெரியவங்க என்ன சொன்னாலும் அத வாழ்க்கையில டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்க்கறதுன்னு பண்றல்ல, இது போதுமடா, எல்லாத்தையும் சாதிச்சிரோடா நீ, விடுறா. That's all. Means you are actually encouraging me to experiment whatever my gurus are teaching. One of the most beautiful thing, I had many gurus. None of them are possessive of me. Everyone was trying to support me, enrich me, make me a flower. Kuppammal will call every specialist, expert in different fields. Like a Kuppammal's relative is Narayana Swami Tata, who is adept in the power manifestation science and mantra shastra, herbal aushadha science. She will call him regularly and make sure I learn everything from him. She had many of that kind of contact, the great enlightened beings, siddhas, adepts in various fields. She will get all of them and make sure I receive all the knowledge and I am enriched, never possessive. She always owned me and made me successful, never possessed me or controlled me. She will only protect me from anti-spiritual elements coming near me. But as far as the spiritual side, she will get every best things and provide for me. And she will make sure when every day I meet whoever I need to meet, whether Ram Surat Kumar, Annamalai Swamigal, she had her own schedule and internal mechanism kind of a thing, support system. It was literally like a university, spiritual university. Arunachala is living spiritual university. She will make sure I learned the Saiva Siddhanta from Panduranganar, my Saiva Siddhanta Acharya. There was one elderly woman, Kanagammal. She is the disciple of Ramana Maharshi. She wrote commentary on all the Ramana Maharshi's works. So Kuppammal will make sure I learn all the lessons from Kanagammal and Annamalai Swamigal, Sadhu Om. I tell you, that whole ecosystem, oh God. Police would have put Annamalai Swamigal into jail, me into some medical hospital, mental hospital, for treating me psychologically, because they would have diagnosed me either some, whatever, so many things are there, ADHD, just jing. They will even create one more, cutting thigh phobia, cutting thigh disorder. And what they would have done, I don't know. Whether they would have put me in sedatives, under sedatives, or put antidepressant drugs into me. And they would have even put me in foster home and took me away from my parents for not getting angry on Annamalai Swamigal and not stopping me going to Annamalai Swamigal. So they would have even taken me away from my parents and put me in the foster home. Ayyo, yamma. ஆள விடுங்கடா சாமி, அண்ணாமலையானே, எப்பா எப்படிடா இன்னொரு தரம் பூமியில பிறக்கிறது? ஒருவேளை திரும்பி வரணும்னா ஒரு வீடு இருக்கணும் இல்லடா பூமியில, அதுக்கு தாண்டா கைலாசத்தை பண்ணி வைக்கிறேன், இந்த ஈகோ சிஸ்டத்தை பண்ணி வைக்கிறேன். இல்லைன்னா திரும்பி வந்தா புடிச்சு மென்டல் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போட்டானுங்கன்னா என்னடா பண்றது? கைலாசத்தை உங்களுக்காக கட்டணும் இல்லையோ, எனக்காக கட்டி வச்சிடணுமடா. டேய் மனுஷனுங்க டேஞ்சரஸான பாசங்கடா டேய். Human beings have become so dangerous. I tell you, just to give my gratitude to that whole ecosystem. The Kailasa which was there in Tiruvannamalai, I cannot say which is there in Tiruvannamalai. Just to give my gratitude to that ecosystem. I have to revive Kailasa. Even now it is there inside the Arunachal. Still that rishis, munis, that they are all sitting and the ecosystem is kept alive. Maybe human beings have moved little away. But that does not mean ecosystem is there and it has to be manifested. That's all. Let's talk only about that. Let's talk only about what needs to be done. I tell you, enlightenment ecosystem of Tiruvannamalai, the Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai, made Paramashiva manifest as Parameshwara, the state, space, being, powers, superconsciousness, Kailasa Paramashiva, through this being and body. Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai was responsible. Let us revive Kailasa to give our gratitude to that enlightenment ecosystem. That is my message on today, Nithyananda Purnima, to the whole world. That is my message. With this, I have more releases and offerings from Kailasa, gifts from Kailasa. And we also have Tulabaram now. Please stay tuned. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, living and radiating the state, space, powers, being and superconsciousness and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om
Nithyananda, let's start the power manifestation session. Let's sit straight, visualize Bhagavan in third eye, and let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Kam Nityam Gamalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, such a beautiful space. Bhagavan has given us the darshan, diksha, and powerful cognition. How, when we drop the violence, how Bhagavan says the outer violence is affecting and there is no point in fighting it, making it redundant and living your higher purpose. Same way, your inner identity and outer identity, which is filled with all the incompletion, completing with all that incompletion, accepting and raising ourselves in the responsibility makes us manifest beautiful powers. Now with that space, let's start the power manifestation. Power manifestation. First, let's go through the security. First thing we need to understand, what is power manifestation? Power manifestation is nothing but a cognitive shift that can infuse powerfulness into any action or state that we are in. It raises the frequency of our body and mind to the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita. Bhagavan beautifully says, when we are grounded in the body and mind, simply we can raise ourselves to the higher intelligence, the awareness, Turiya state, and Turiyatita, the consciousness itself. So beautifully, the power manifestation raises our frequency into the higher state of consciousness, which we can experience when we are in complete completion with ourselves and in oneness with Bhagavan. Paramashiva, who is Paramashiva? Paramashiva is Ajomoha, beyond the form and formless. He, the unmanifest and the manifest existence. He performs the Panchakritya, the 5 cosmic acts: Shrishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Throbhava, Anugraha. Satyojota phase, the Shrishti, which is manifestation, is manifested, manifestation is sustained, manifestation is destroyed or regenerated, manifestation pulled out of delusion, manifestation is liberated. The Vamadeva phase, sustenance is maintained, sustenance is sustained, sustenance is regenerated, sustenance is pulled out of delusion, and sustenance is liberated. Agora phase, regeneration. Regeneration is manifested, regeneration is sustained, regeneration is destroyed or regenerated, regeneration is pulled out of delusion, and regeneration is liberated. Tat Purusha, the Throbhava phase, delusion is manifested, delusion is sustained, delusion is regenerated, delusion pulled out of delusion, and delusion is liberated. The Anugraha, Ishana phase, Anugraha is manifested, Anugraha is sustained, Anugraha is destroyed or regenerated, Anugraha is pulled out of delusion, Anugraha is liberated. Who is Bhagavan? Paramashiva, who has come down as our Guru, Swamiji. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of KAILASA, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made the science of power manifestation yoga temple-based university for humanity. Sovereign order of KAILASA, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diasporas are working for global peace and to give the super consciousness breakthrough to humanity. His Nithyananda Hindu University, world largest with extended campus in 150 countries, in collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source book of Hinduism, and 64 arts and science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient abex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst prosecution of multiple assassination attempt on person and character by anti-Hindu element. Bhagavan has given the science of power manifestation. The science of power manifestation has Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana, and Shakshi Pramana. Shastra Pramana is from the Veda Agamas. Now we'll be seeing the Shastra Pramana, that's from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95.
Consciousness over matter, silicon, is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95.
Here in this Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95, Bhagavan beautifully translates, having fixed one's eyes on particular object, Vastu, one should slowly withdraw the sight from the object as well as slowly eliminate the knowledge of the object, and along with that, the thoughts and impression of it. He asking, I exist, which is a state of all-inclusive or infinity. We become infinity when we understand the space of oneness, the space of Sunya, the space of Paramashiva in us. We are deluded by constantly thinking our thoughts are helping us to organize or prove ourselves better, or we are always trying to justify ourselves. But here he beautifully says that nothing is required. Please remove everything, even the sight from the object, the knowledge from the object, and thoughts and impression of it. Bhagavan beautifully says, if you have a rose, remove the idea it is red, it has perfume, it is soft, it is beautiful, any knowledge, and it is called a rose. Remove your sight from that object. You'll be thinking, then how do I move it? If I remove my sight, and even the thought, oh, I saw the rose in this person's house, it was a rose plant, it was beautiful. All the thought and impression of the object, knowledge of the object, and sight from the object. If you remove everything and you become oneness, completely awareness of everything happening around you, including the objects, including everything that we perceive as ourselves, the embodiment of Paramashiva, manifest of Paramashiva as reality. Simply one becomes all-inclusive and infinity. Apta Pramana. Sundaramurti Nayanamar flourished in 18th century and sang glories of Lord Shiva at all sacred places that he visited. He sang Thevaram. One day, Sundarar was on the pilgrimage at Tirukadayur. He wanted to cross the bank of river, which was literally the flood. Here he just sang a song on Lord Shiva in such an intense space. Simply the river opened up and gave way, leaving the whole sandy track for him to walk across the bank. So beautiful. The Nayanamar explains in the story how the consciousness can move matter. There is so many references. Agastya was able to take the whole river into his Kamandalu when the river made fun of him. And then Ganesha had to come down to release the river. We have Vyasa who says to the river, if I have not eaten anything after having the whole meal that Gopikas gave, Vyasa says, if I am a Nithya Nirahari, please open the river and give me way. And it does. The space they are ultimate. Same Krishna says, if I am a brahmachari, to the river, when he's just had so much of celebration with Gopikas, and he goes to the river and he says, if I'm a brahmachari, please open up. And the river gives away. Many references we have of Apta Pramana, where the water, the fire, the air, all the elements simply listen to the space that we are in, the ultimate space of oneness, purity. Simply it reflects and shows the reality to everybody. What is the space they exist? Atma Pramana. Bhagavan, first time when he experienced with Arunagiri Yogeshwara, when he felt, when his Arunagiri Yogeshwara blessed him with the space of Advaita, he said, Swami Vannada, that time Bhagavan understood how he moved things around. He said when his hand moved, the air around his body also moved. When you understand the air around your body also moves when your hand moves, then the air is also moving the object which is with the air. and also the object, which is again moving everything else. So if we see on a minute detail, everything moves when we move. The cognition shift that happened in Bhagavan when he saw Arunagiri Yogeshwara simply move a boulder and stop the boulder, and even his Raghupati Yogi Guru has simply moved a huge rock which is impossible to move by two people, but he just moved it. Only in the space of such oneness with everything that exists, the space of non-violence, the Paramashanta Swarupa space, Bhagavan's residing inside you. Nor the inner identity nor the outer identity can understand the consciousness space, the Paramashiva space. When Bhagavan understood that what Arunagiri Yogeshwara was explaining to him, if he is oneness with Bhagavan, simply he can move anything, any concepts, any ideas, or even physical things, matters, because everything is matter. When consciousness is understood as more powerful and only strength, simply it can move anything. Now, Shakshi Pramana, millions of devotees who are blessed by Swamiji are experiencing the power of consciousness over matter. Here we have the instruction. You can have some object, you can have a Atma Murti, you can have a coconut, Jnananjan, and if you have, the best is a coconut, because Bhagavan always says it represents how we exist. 70% we are liquid, and the same thing is like the coconut. So you can have a coconut. If you have Jnananjan, you can apply the Jnananjan on the coconut and have it in front of you. First level, we are going to roll the coconut off your palm. Keep the coconut, if you can keep the palm tied to a table so that it does not like move, you can put a sellotape, or you can keep it on a flat surface and keep the coconut on your hand. Make sure your hand does not move at all, and you're going to only connect to the coconut from the space of your consciousness. Coconut is consciousness. Everything is going to be just manifested as consciousness. So place the object on your palm. If you have a Jnananjan, you can apply. You and me are one and same. Just come near me. Extreme non-violence based oneness. Bhagavan beautifully said these words. Declare inside you. You are consciousness. You are one and same with him. The deepest part of you is Bhagavan. And your declaration that I will not hurt Bhagavan with any of my tantrum, but I'm going to be in pure space of happiness with him. Simply you'll see Bhagavan manifesting as reality. Now we'll just go through the guideline and start the power manifestation. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Remember Bhagavan, Nithyananda Paramashivam in your third eye. Absolute unclutching to experience the state of Paramashiva. Any outer world, understand the outer world you're perceiving is just a dream. Unclutch from it completely. Next, from the space of complete completion, your inner identity, where you have so much of anger, so much of violence, so much of hatred, all the hate speech. Drop everything right to Kalabhairava and complete with it. And make a declaration very clearly that Bhagavan is residing in you. I cannot throw a tantrum in front of him. How can I do it when he's sitting next to me? Will I throw a tantrum? Same way, he's sitting inside my heart. I cannot throw a tantrum, get angry, have hate speech in front of him. Do a complete completion of your inner identity. Oneness to experience the power of Paramashiva, breaking the boredom and tiredness and ferociously waking up to the reality that Bhagavan is only strength. The oneness simply happens inside you. As you saw, Arunagiri Yogeshwara simply happened as Bhagavan. For us, Bhagavan will simply happen as us when we declare complete integrity that He is the only strength for us. And chant the Mahavakya. Mahavakya is the mantra which Bhagavan has given, which you offer to your Jatagni in your stomach. Simply how the Homakunda, when you offer, the deity wakes up, the Ishtadevata wakes up and blesses you. Here, the same thing, when you constantly chant the Mahavakya, simply Bhagavan raises you to the higher frequency and you manifest all the powers. So we'll have 11 minutes now. Keep your hands stable on a table. Place an object on your hand, like a orange or coconut. Complete integrity with Bhagavan. Remember all the great truth that Bhagavan has given, and let's start chanting for 11 minutes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continuously, intensely chant. This is your time only with Bhagavan. And you will simply see the movement of the coconut, the energy, the heat and vibration, and slowly the coconut moving off your hand. Now we'll have the Mahavakya and oneness capsule for 11 minutes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda
Nithyanandam, so nice that now we have experienced the consciousness over matter. How is that it's so beautifully moving on our hand? Because once we place it on the hand, we start thinking it's part of our own self. It merges with ourselves and completely in oneness with that, it starts moving. Same now, you feeling completion with others is very important, and feeling no violence for anybody, because everyone is a reflection of you. The space of Advaita, Bhagavan beautifully says, is the space of oneness, that everything, you have your identities projected as different people. When you complete with everyone, all your identities are complete. The outer identities gets completed. So placing an object on others' palm is going to be the next cycle. Have a partner who can hold the object. Anybody, call anyone and ask them to hold the coconut in their palm. If they have Jnananjan, they can put it on the coconut and declare very clearly, Bhagavan and you and me are one and the same. Just come near me. Extreme non-violence based oneness. The more and more you feel there is nothing between you and Bhagavan, no emotion, no feeling, no attachment. Simply you are the closest to Bhagavan. Now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Remember Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam again and again in your third eye. Absolute unclutching, the state of Paramashiva, the outer identity, complete completion with the other person, that you are Paramashiva. Oneness, that Bhagavan's beautiful darshan inside your inner space. Nothing but appointment with Bhagavan and you. Do not celebrate anything other than Bhagavan. The more and more you celebrate Bhagavan inside you, everything else becomes redundant. Tyaga, as Paramashiva is your only strength. Now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan. Experience the being of Paramashiva. Chant the Mahavakya. Make sure you take all these videos, because every time it's extraordinary which is happening because of Bhagavan's initiation, because of Bhagavan's compassion, and be in such a gratitude to take the pictures and post it. You will simply receive Bhagavan's blessing. So don't forget to take the picture, the camera rolling, even if they are on the other side. If you can do it in WhatsApp and record it, or if you're in the Zoom, you can record it. Simply ask them to record it and post it. So let's sit straight for next 10 minutes, intensely chant. Ask them to place their hand on a flat surface though, so they are not moving, and ask them to keep a coconut or some object. And let's start deeply connecting to Bhagavan, oneness with Bhagavan. That's the only strength that Bhagavan says. No violence, no emotional ups and downs, complete completion. And chant Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Deeply start connecting and chanting. We'll play the oneness capsule now.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam, such a beautiful experience. Please go ahead and share your experience. If you're part of Paramashivoham program, please go ahead with the poll and the Facebook, the HDH Nithyananda Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam page Facebook. If you're in the social media, NTV or YouTube or Facebook, please go ahead and update in tinyurl.com/power-manifestation. The essence of power manifestation, how it becomes your reality, is when you share and cause others reality. Anything Bhagavan says, anything which you want to make it as your brand, only when you start making it others' brand, it becomes your brand. So very importantly, share with as many people as you can the beautiful experience and the photos and videos, and make sure you cause others higher reality. When you bring them to Bhagavan Satsang courtyard, you are causing your reality more and more, expanding your inner space to hold as many people as possible and experience the oneness with Bhagavan. That's how this reality becomes permanent in us. So again, please share in tinyurl.com/power-manifestation and cause others higher reality. With that, let's surrender to Bhagavan all this power manifestation and powerful cognition, asking Bhagavan to raise to our reality as existential reality. Continuously hold that oneness space and request Bhagavan to make this as your existential reality. With that, with a deep seeking and gratitude, let's thank Bhagavan and remember Bhagavan in a third eye and complete with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padika Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam. Don't forget the Kotiyat sessions with Gurukul Balasans, the great initiation which is happening. And you can experience how it gets beautifully built and how they'll learn to manifest powers, breaking them boredom and tiredness. Throughout the day and night, they manifest complete completion with the violence pattern and committing to the higher responsibility, that higher identity is who they are. So you can entangle and beautifully experience with them. You can bring your family friends for the Kotiyat session. Thank you, Nithyananda.
Whatever you think as your strength, like how much cash you have, how much gold you have, how much money you have in the bank, what all properties you have, your secret passwords, passcodes, your strength secrets, you will tell only to your son or your daughter to whom you are going to give your inheritance. Same way, most important powerful secrets Paramashiva has given to his son Muruga, Subramanya, in Agama called Sarvanyanottaragamam. All the powerful secrets the father will tell only to his son. It is too secret. I am going to open that Agama and give all the essence of all those secrets. Secrets of Charyapada lifestyle, secrets of Kriyapada, secrets of Yogapada, and secrets of Jnanapada. I am not only going to teach you, I am going to give you exactly what Paramashiva gave it to Subramanya. Because Paramashiva himself is manifesting through this being now, giving you all exactly what was given to Subramanya. Nothing is required from your side. Just sit like innocent Subramanya. Muruga at the feet of Paramashiva. I assure you, whatever was given to Subramanya, the whole life will be given to you now. Not just words, teachings, not even just experience, life itself. I am talking to each one of you sitting in your room. I will make you all Subramanya.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
In Hindu tradition,